welcome to the class. Today we are going to discuss about filters, diodes and solar cell. In previous section we have seen about full wave rectifier and half wave rectifier. So there were types in rectifiers where we have seen the functioning of half wave rectifier, and in full wave rectifier we have further seen two types. One was center tap and another one was the bridge rectifier. The common thing between all these rectifiers is that they convert AC current to the DC current. But while studying these topics, we have not seen the complete DC output. We have seen we get half waves or full waves. What is meaning of DC? AC means the alternating current. The values, those keep on changing. What is meaning of DC? DC means we should get a direct current, a straight line. So far we could get the waves like this at the output of rectifier. Now we have to use the filters to make them more toward the DC. So let us begin. So here we can see the recap of our previous sessions. We discussed about half wave rectifier, full wave rectifiers, and we have also seen about the capacitor as a filter. Now we will see capacitor, RC filter and the inductor filter also. Now there is a general block diagram where we have started. We have started at the AC input which we get from the power supply given by the electricity board. Then that particular input is given to step down transformer. Step down transformer converts it to lower value of signal which is given to rectifier. Then rectifier output is something like this. We will also see in next session practical output of the rectifier. This output of rectifier we will give to the filter circuit. Now in filter circuit we have capacitor or inductor. We can use capacitor or inductor as a filter. Filtering means making it pure. We are removing the AC impurity from the expected output DC. After applying filter, we get output something like this, which is better than the previous output. And at the last stage, we connect the regulator. We will see how it is connected with, how it is related with our battery. If we consider a battery which we use to charge our mobile phone, in that input is directly taken from the supply. Inside battery we have one transformer. Then we fed it to rectifier, filter and voltage regulator. Then we will see about the ripples. The main factor which is present as impurity in the output is ripple. Ripple is the AC component present in the DC output. That we will explore in this section. Let us zoom it and see on the PPT with clear view. Now let us zoom and check this particular system, what exactly happens here. So while operating this particular system, we are going to study how exactly we get the stage where the output is getting rectified. The rectified output should be purified by using the filter. So what are the expected waveforms here? The first stage, that is our input as shown in the number 1. Number 2 is the output of transformer. Number 3 is the output of full wave rectifier. Either we can use 2 diodes or we can use 4 diodes. We will get the same output as it is shown in the figure 3. Then next, number 4. This is the output after using the filter. We can use capacitor or inductor as filter, and after using a filter we have to use a regulator. Then we get the signal something which is like number 5. We get the DC direct current as shown in figure 5. Now exactly what happens, let us see here. We have an input signal. Along with input signal, the output signal changes. At first cycle, when diode 1 is on, we get the positive cycle at the output as we have discussed. That is the quarter cycle. Now when we connect capacitor at the output of the rectifier, then he charge himself for the on condition. As soon as the maximum condition reaches, at Vm, that is the maximum voltage. Then what happens? Then another voltage which is given by the diode starts getting reduced. It gets reduced, and then this particular diode will discharge himself. He will discharge himself from the output. So for the remaining duration, this particular diode will discharge himself. Then after a particular time, when the input voltage is greater than the capacitor voltage, then what will happen? Again this particular capacitor will charge himself to the maximum value, like this. Then again same thing will continue. So here we can see it is more closer to the DC value. It is not the exact DC, but it is more closer to the DC value, right? So like this we get the functioning. Now here we can see in this diagram the ripple voltage, and the diode current. Diode conducts only in some part of the on condition, like we have shown here. The same thing we will see by using some animation. So this is this particular part where we get some ripple. That is the difference between the DC and the remaining AC component. DC means what? Straight line. So this particular ripple voltage is given by Vm by RC, that is resistor and capacitor component along with frequency. So we will see about this in examples. We will solve the practice example, then we will remember it. But till then you have to remember the formula for half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. For half wave rectifier it is Vm by FRC, and for full wave rectifier it is Vm by 2 pi 2FRC. This thing we have to remember. And these two graphs are shown for half wave and full wave. Half wave rectifier is having one output wave, then gap, again half output wave, and capacitor will discharge in this manner. Similarly for full wave rectifier we have the full waves, continuous waves, and after using a filter we get some output like this. So we are expecting a straight line at output. We want some straight output. So after diode we can use the capacitor. That is one option. When we charge this capacitor, we get the charging and discharging, and while charging we get the diode current. We have to remember this. So let us discuss here. Again here in green lines we can see the diode current ID. We may have diodes. We have only one diode here. So for first positive cycle we will get the output, and this particular green line is for the diode current. Here we get the diode current, and same duration is the ripple. We want straight line here, but for this particular gap we get some ripples. So this ripple factor we have to consider. So in another positive cycle again diode will be on. We will get diode current here and these ripples. So I hope ripple concept is clear. Ripples are the AC presence in the output, that is undesired part, and this pink color is showing the capacitor discharging process where we get the output current or load current. This similarly we get for the another cycle. For 2 cycle this is the charging discharging of capacitor. Now here we can see the RC filter circuit. Now in the earlier example we have seen that there is only one capacitor. Now we can also use R and C, that is resistor along with capacitor. So this structure, when we connect two capacitors, so we get the two level filtering. At home if you want to purify the water, so what is the best method? If we can improve the output by using multiple filters, one after one filter. So at this particular point we will get filtering, then the remaining, the purified output will go ahead. Again C2 will improve the filtering. So at first level we will get output like this where there are more ripples, and after second filter we will get more improved DC. It is more closer to DC. So voltage, ripple voltage is some improved value here. This ripple voltage is given by voltage with no load minus voltage full load divided by voltage full load into 100. So this will give the percentage of ripple factor. Then we can also have the LC filter. Now let us revise why we are using L and C as the filter. Capacitor, first thing about the capacitor is that what we have to remember actually, we have to remember that capacitor opposes changes in the current. And second thing we have to remember that capacitor blocks DC and it allows AC. And inductor do opposite work. Inductor opposes the changes in current and it blocks AC and allows DC. Now how exactly this functioning is used? In earlier class we have discussed about the capacitor filter. Here also we will discuss, say, in this diagram if we focus, now the output of rectifier will come to this point where one path is going to C1 and one other path is going to R. At this particular point we have the mixture of AC and DC. Our output from rectifier is not pure DC. It is mixture of AC and DC. So it has two paths to go. If it goes towards capacitor, what is property of capacitor we are saying? He will not allow DC current. So DC current cannot go from this particular capacitor. That means he provides infinite reactance to the DC current. So DC current have no choice to go from the capacitor. So where DC will go toward the output. And capacitor will charge himself by using AC. So in the mixture of AC and DC, the part of AC is consumed by C1. So one purification level is done because we want only DC. Then at second point there will be again small amount of AC which is remaining from this output, which is escaped from this C1. It will again captured by C2. Again C2 will give path for the AC. So AC will flow across the C2. When AC will go to the C2, more improved, more DC will go toward the output RL. Now that's why we are using capacitor in the parallel. There may be a question in examination why capacitors are used in parallel. Capacitors, if we use in series, what will happen if we connect this capacitor here in series? So after this particular rectifier, this capacitor will stop DC there itself. DC will not go to output if we connect in the series. That's why capacitor is not connected in series. Now if inductor is behaving oppositely, where shall we connect the inductor? Inductor should be connected in series. Capacitor should always connected in parallel. So let us see another example where we are using LC filter. It is also called as the pi filter. This structure of pi, where we take input from the rectifier and the input of rectifier is given to the pi circuit. So what will happen at this particular point? There will be first level of the purification. AC will go to this capacitor. Remaining AC and DC will go toward the inductor. Now this inductor will stop AC and he will give more improved DC at the output. Then again DC will reach at this point, but there may be small amount of AC still present at the output of inductor, which is escaped from the inductor. Again this third level of filtering, this capacitor will attract the AC, he will charge himself and more purified output DC will go toward the load. So this is the functioning of filter. As the structure suggests, it looks like a pi. That's why it is also called as pi filter. You have to remember the structure of pi filter. If there is a question related to filter, so what we have to do? We have to connect filter after the rectifier circuit. Examiner may ask to construct filter for half wave rectifier. He may ask to construct filter for full wave rectifier. If he asks half wave rectifier, simply we have to connect half wave rectifier structure followed by the filter R. There may be RC filter, pi filter, or simply capacitor filter. We have to connect it. That's it. So now let us focus on the special diodes. Special diodes are used for Schottky barrier diode. Actually, it uses two plates. Along with semiconductor, it also uses the metal. While it uses metal at one plate, here we can see we have metal, normally aluminum or some other metal is used here, and silicon is prepared, and there is one additional layer of silicon dioxide. This one we will understand in more detail about the silicon dioxide in next chapter when we discuss about the transistor. Here we have to just remember the analytical understanding, the simple understanding, the symbol, structure, and the graph. Graph, if you see for diode and Schottky diode, the graphs are same. Forward bias is also same, reverse bias is also same. Here the structure in symbol you can see there is a shape of S. But forward voltage drop is lower here compared to PN junction diode. It is 0.3 to 0.5 volt. Due to metal, we get some excess number of electrons there. Next one is varactor diode. Varactor is a diode which uses the properties of capacitors. When we talk about diode can be used in forward bias or reverse bias. If we can make it in reverse bias, so what will happen? From junction, the electrons and holes will go away and they will make a bigger depletion region. While they make bigger depletion region means it cannot conduct. That means between these two plates, one will have electrons, another one will have holes. Between a plate of electrons and plate of holes, there will be dielectric, no conduction. So it acts like a capacitor. What is capacitor? Two oppositely charged plates separated by each other. So if we use this property in capacitor, then we call that particular diode as varactor. Its symbol you can see, its symbol is like normal diode, but after the diode there is a structure like of capacitor. At cathode we can see the two plates. So it has its own application. It is used in the receivers, phase lock loops, and the tank circuits, LC circuits, that we will see at appropriate time. Till then we have to just remember the types of these diodes. These are the special diodes. The next diode is the photodiode. Here you can see the photodiode. Photodiode, what is the function of photodiode? They take the light is taken by this particular diode and they create some current. Here you can see the symbol of diode, and the incoming arrows shows that the light is coming, the light is inward. Its applications are found in CD-ROM. The CDs we use and the fiber optics also uses these particular types of diodes. Then next we have to discuss about the LEDs, light emitting diodes. So what are LEDs? LEDs already we are using. These are also diodes and they are opposite to photodiodes. In photodiodes you might have observed that the arrows were coming inwards. Here the arrows are going outwards. That means the light is going on. In photodiodes light was incoming and in LEDs the light is outgoing. So the LEDs are also special type of diodes. Now let us see the solar cell. Solar cells are, all of us are aware of the solar cells, but we are not aware that solar cells are also made up of silicon. There are many applications. These two cars you can see where the solar panels are attached so that it can directly take the electricity from sun and it can charge himself. We can have the renewable energy. We can have the energy harvesting. We can store this, and in definition it is also defined as the photovoltaic cell. When something is receiving light, the incoming arrows are shown. This symbol is used for the photovoltaic cell. Solar cell is also called as photovoltaic cell. They convert the energy of light into the electricity because sun is giving us light for the entire time. So I will just let us see further about this. So what we have to remember, solar cells also are made up of the semiconductors. So they are also one type of diodes actually. If we see the functioning of this particular solar cell, here we have a semiconductor where the light in the form of photons strike on this particular solar cell and it releases its energy. Its heat gets converted into that particular energy, and that particular energy is getting converted into electricity, because when a semiconductor gets heat, we get electrons gets released. That particular concept is called as the dark current in diode. That generation of the electron hole take place, and that is nothing but the flow of current, and that flow of current will generate the voltage across the diode. So we can convert this light into actual working of solar cell. It works almost same like any other PN junction diode. What do we have? We have one p-type, one n-type side. In p-type we have positive holes. In n-type we have negative electrons. When there is a strike of sunlight on this particular diode, then what happens? Inside the depletion region there are the immobile ions. Those immobile ions get energy and they get separated. The electrons and holes, they start moving out of their particular bonding. It leads to the flow of current across the wire. When there is no power supplied by the human beings, but the light is providing energy to this particular diode, which is making movement of electrons and holes, and it is creating current. That means we are converting this sunlight into the electricity. So we can summarize it. When sunlight fall on particular solar cell, then it causes electron to separate from their atom. That means we get flow of current. Then there will be movement of electrons and holes. Whenever there is movement of electron or hole, that means there is production of current, and that current is leading to voltage. What is structure of a solar cell? Here we can see there may be a single cell. It is also called as photovoltaic cell. By using single cells, we can make a panel. It is called as single panel. By using many panels, we can create the grids, that is the solar panel field, and those can be kept at proper place where there may be abundant sunlight, which can create more electricity. Such one example is given here of Arizona, where in 2400 acres of land there is production of power. What is solar energy? Solar energy, how much solar energy we get? Every hour we get the energy from sun, which can provide and which can fulfill the requirement of human beings for the whole year. But we are not able to fully utilize that energy coming from the sunlight. The amount of energy that sun sends to earth is around 4 into 10 to the power 18 joules per year, but the requirement which is consumed by the world's population is very less. We can use the energy which was going to be wasted, and we can save that particular energy. This process of saving energy is called as energy harvesting. Energy harvesting have many benefits. There are many factors which affect the solar energy. Like sunlight is nothing but an electromagnetic wave. It have various spectrums, and semiconductor material cannot respond to the all spectrums available of the light. And around 30% of the light which falls on that particular semiconductor gets reflected, and if something is getting reflected, it cannot be converted into electricity. To convert this into electricity, it must reach inside the system, and there is again problem of impurity also. Other than this, there are few other technical problems like angle of incidence, because Earth is continuously rotating around Earth. The position of Sun is not always constant with respect to a particular solar cell. There may be clouds, it may stop the sun rays, there may be shading, there may be dirt, snow or other impurities on the surface which can reduce the intensity of sunlight which could be absorbed by that particular solar cell. So efficiency goes down if the cell gets hotter. So it was about solar cell and today's session. Have a good day. In next session we will learn about the cathode ray oscilloscope.